Turn back to where you came, stranger, unless you want to vanish like the rest. Many of my friends have gone missing near these ruins. Ruliel still holds out hope that they will return, but I am leaving this place before I share their fate. He and a few of the others have staked out a camp up on the ridge. He is foolish to stay. This place is cursed.
Quiet! Someone approaches. Is it Kanhar? I can't sense him.
Disappearances are all the more reason for you to leave.
No, Panara. I'm sorry. Sorry, stranger. My friend can't see too well anymore. She mistook you for someone we've been looking for. Things have been rough lately. More than a few of us have disappeared recently. Kanhar's group are just the latest. They set out to search for the missing and vanished themselves. We're giving those buried ruins a wide berth now. They've stood quiet for decades, but now, new yawning sinkholes, eerie sounds at night. I don't jump at shadows, but missing people? That's a warning I can heed. If you head down there, take a look around for our friends, will you? You're a kind soul. Be careful. We've lost a lot of kind souls of late. That pushy noble, Fidor, might know something about that. He arrived not long ago, claiming to own the place. Certainly acts the part. He was friendly enough with his questions about this land, the manor, and so on. Eventually, he tried to convince us to show him around and started getting pushy when we refused, pressuring us to get off his property. He happened along after our people started vanishing, and he's got reason to want us gone. Raises an eyebrow, yeah? All I'm suggesting is maybe it's time someone started pressuring him for details. It's quiet, and usually free of nosy locals shooing us away, too scared of the curse. There are a lot of superstitions about this place, but it was nice here. Until recently. The details vary, but they all revolve around the town being wiped out and swallowed by the sea. The sort of divine wrath stories that keep average folk from straying from their safe, comfortable lives. Nowhere else to go. The wastes, as they call them, have been a safe haven for the outcast and unwelcome for a long time. We kept to ourselves, never invited trouble. It showed up anyway. Not much. The land just opens up like a yawning mouth without warning and swallows everything above. Noises echo out of the holes sometimes. Beastly sounds, or what you'd swear were whispers.
For a place with such a terrible reputation, this estate certainly gets a lot of trespassers. You're not another layabout squatting on my land, are you? I didn't expect to find anyone living out here. I thought they could help me shed some light on the mysteries of this place, but it turns out they're just idle squatters. I guess you could call that a problem. This place barely exists outside of fables. My family kept no records of it, or our relatives here, other than our claim to the land. It took years of digging to locate these old ruins, and there's still so much more to uncover. So those vagrants say. For all I know, they're just trying to frighten me off. Their missing friends could be looting as we speak. I'm not leaving until I've searched the ruins myself. I don't mind having some company in this endeavor. Most people are barely willing to speak of this place above a whisper, let alone offer any help. Let's try to find a way inside the sunken ruins, shall we? I asked them to leave when it became clear they were up to no good. If they're trying to blame me for their friends running off, or what have you, that is utter slander. I'm not. I swear I'm as in the dark about these missing persons as you are. The only reason I haven't been to the ruins myself is because I'm not sure how dangerous things really are, and no one was willing to help me. They're outcasts, most likely criminals. My concern isn't so much about why they're here, as to what they may be doing to my family holdings. They could be using priceless records for campfire tinder for all I know. My kin feel I'm wasting my life on a footnote. My parents even threatened to disown me if I continued my search, but that only spurred me on. I want to know why this branch of the family was all but forgotten. Lineage is everything in Ultima society. The Queen alone could fill a library with her genealogy. We should have preserved everything we could about this place, but instead, nothing. I must know why this place was buried, figuratively and literally. This breach looks promising. Take a look. Not exactly cozy, but it's not completely demolished. Let's poke around. Can't say I care for the naturalized aesthetic. Keep your eyes out for anything that may have survived the elements. Some answers. What happened to my family here? This place is fascinating. And I suppose I'm curious about the rumors. As long as I don't get murdered by vagrants in a dank cave, I'll just stick with you if you don't mind. Something about that statue catch your interest? Even in such disrepair, I can imagine how opulent this manor must have been. My relatives must have been very influential here. The whole town? That's incredible! My family has wealth and holdings, but not much in the way of titles. Why in the world would they show so little interest in our ties to nobility? That's a sound theory. Simple, but sound. There has to be something here that could reveal the truth of the matter. Let's keep searching. Damn. These papers are practically mulch. Maybe something survived. Help me look. wonder whose chambers these were. What was their life like before they abandoned it? And why? May I have a look? Merciful Sirabane! This sounds like the Thracian Plague. A gruesome disease that decimated the population of Tamriel, Somerset included. It made the Nahatan flu seem like the sniffles. Everyone here could have been wiped out. Still, most people alive had family afflicted by the plague. Why hide it? No, it was a vile creation of the Slode, brewed in their kingdom of Thras. But it's possible it harbored the first outbreak on Somerset. That can't be the reason this place was buried. I'm finding more questions than answers. There has to be more. There has to be. Try the room across the hall. For thousands of years? Doubtful. I can see how this place may have gotten its reputation with the locals, but their fears are still unfounded. Down here! I found something! I thought I heard something down here, but the sound must have carried up from this tunnel. It looks formed by erosion. Maybe related to the sinkholes? What about you? Did you find anything else upstairs? Makes sense. The journal mentioned taking the afflicted to the family vaults. It would have been easy for the Korgrads to seal off their estate and leave the town to fend for itself. It's tragic that their compassion probably led to their downfall. Murmurs and splashing. I thought maybe one of those missing squatters was down here, but I think the sound was coming from deeper down. I don't hear it anymore. Is that a person? Hey, you there! Wait! This camp looks recent. I'll bet your missing persons just discovered that these ruins make decent shelter. Did you see that? Why did they run from us? I'm not sure. I just caught a glimpse of a silhouette. Whoever they are, they seem scared of us. I have a bad feeling about the fate of these people. Maybe they are further in the cavern. I don't think that was one of your vagrant friends. Somehow I doubt they received a warmer reception than we did. But at least we know the curse of Korgrad has been greatly exaggerated. Whoever we saw just now was a being of flesh and blood. Agreed. Much as I'd like to get to the bottom of all this, we should make finding the squatters our priority. Voices! I heard it again. Be careful. Gone. Look! People! Best approach with caution.
Please approach. We know you are here.
There we are. Much better, yes. Manners are easily forgotten when you're so far removed from society. Forgive the others, they are frightened. We mean you no harm. Call me Arilas. I am caretaker of this place. We all are. We led our lives in quiet, contented seclusion until the crumbling stone exposed our home to the outside world again. We are not accustomed to visitors. How long? How long indeed? I think there was a time when such things were measured. I can only say that our duty has been passed down many generations. To the saviors, it is because of their sacrifice that Korgrad lives on. We repay the lives they gave us by caring for the town in their stead. We're very protective of it, you understand. Now, might I ask what's brought you to our home? I see, I see. Our humble town would be treacherous to those who have not grown accustomed to its many twists and turns. I would not follow after them, lest you go missing yourself. You possess the Savior's compassion and determination. The last people from above we observed followed a narrow passage to the north. May you be reunited with them soon.
Go on without me. I'm going to speak with Arilas about my ancestors. I'd like to spend some time with Arilas. If these people really are descendants of Korgrad's populace, there's a lot I could learn from them. You heard, Arilas. It's dangerous deeper down. And let's be honest, I'm not going to be much help crawling through tunnels. I'm no warrior, but take a look at them. They're positively sickly. I doubt they want any trouble. More to the point, I think their saviors might have been my ancient ancestors. They may be more trusting of me than other outsiders.
This is the day we've waited for so long. The return of a living descendant. The saviors will be pleased that their sacrifice was not for nothing. They took the sickness from us, from our ancestors, at great cost to themselves. All of Korgrad would have perished if not for them. They preserved us from the sickness of the sea. For that, we will be eternally grateful. We follow the Savior's guidance. It was their wisdom that brought us here and kept us safe for generations. Though buried, Korgrad lives. It's all we've known beyond our stories of life before. It is not so bad as you imagine. Through a narrow passage to the north. Worry not for your companion while you search. We will care for him as we care for all that the Saviors entrusted to us.
These saviors you mentioned, did they happen to be members of the family?
Oh, yes, the founders and protectors of this great realm. Does the surface still speak of their great sacrifice?
In a manner of speaking. I came here to learn more about this branch of my family.
It must be fate. Colgrad opened its doors so that you could enter. Oh, I have so much to show you. Here. This is Nempharian, the eldest and wisest of the ancestors resting here. Yes, I can see the likeness.
don't have to do this! Please! Don't put me in there! Please! No! No! Save us from these monsters! Please! Get us out of here! They're killing us! Bloodletting, I think. These cave vermin poke and prod us whenever Arilus needs something to offer his saviors. To what end? I don't know. Maybe they're vampires, or wood elves. Poor bastard. Never seen these vermin in such a frenzy. They dragged him screaming through those doors there, and sealed them shut right after. Small mercy that we can't hear what they are doing to him. When Arilus isn't bleeding us, and tending to his saviors beyond those doors, he spends most of his time with whatever unholiness goes on in the tombs below. His keys may be there. Hurry and set us free before we wind up like your friend.
Please help us.
Thousand venerations to you.
Bless you. I can walk, but you lead the way.
They will be here soon. We have to hurry.
We aren't free yet. We have to get out of here before those cave vermin come scurrying after us. Your friend's dead. If these saviors really are vampires, what chance do we have against them? I suppose if there's any chance, we have to try. Nobody deserves a death like this. But just hope you're right, or we'll all find out.
Welcome to Korgrad, visitor. Such as it is. Forgive our lacking hospitality. Come, speak. I have not had civil company in some time. You arrive upon a momentous reunion of our filial blood. The day we have so long waited for. Bestowing on him the Korgrad legacy. He is taking the first step upon the long road to restoring this house. It will be a demanding journey that will require much sacrifice. His vitality. It will take all he has to offer to restore each of us. But if he is up to the task, he will reap a precious bounty. On the contrary, he will taste immortality as we have, but only for scant centuries, not millennia. In a few generations, our bloodline will be renewed and possess the purity needed to restore Faidur. The embalming process has already begun. When the stone is finished, we will be restored, and he will be a savior. I regret that Faidur must suffer, but his pain will be a small fraction of the sacrifice required to save Korgrad from annihilation. We are Altmer, even in this desiccated state, cleansed of our poisoned humors to be free of the great sickness from the sea. Now that you see the cure, imagine the disease. Thras, I had always suspected as much. The sickness bore an intent as if designed to spread misery and cruelty. To hear the Slode were involved comes as no surprise to me. It was ever present, ever penetrating. It seeped into every person, every creature, every drop of water, seeking to be quenched. The afflicted dragged themselves to corpulence with each passing day, until their bones cracked under their bulging flesh. We spare them the ravages of the terrible sickness that spread through Korgrad. In exchange, they care for us in this invalid state. So we have endured. So Korgrad has endured for longer than I can clearly recall. To be free of the disease is to be free of all humors. They offer us their tainted blood to sustain our fragile grip on life, and through sorcery, the sickness is purged. Together we flee its horrors. But there was no true escape, until now. Because he is kin. Most would not debase their bodies with the blood of men, but I am beyond such concerns. The blood Arillas offered us from the outsiders was free of disease, but unsustainable nonetheless. Faidur will be different. My vain attempt to stop the sickness from spreading beyond our borders. The people rebelled against their confinement and nearly broke the quarantine. I was forced to destroy the sea walls and flood the town. To spare them and others from the gruesome death that was sure to come, or so I hoped. From that day forward, our only concerns were for our kingdom below.
For what reason do you barge into our home, as if you have the right to trespass our lands as you please? You may believe our condition diminishes our station, but we are the rightful rulers of Korgrad. You will offer deference as such. The other trespassers, they intrude as you do without our sanction. Arillas ends their vagrancy and sees that they are put to use. There may be a place for them in Korgrad when their restitution and reform are concluded. The return of our pure-blooded kin means our long dormancy is nearing an end. We will soon be able to return to the world above and begin the long process of restoring Korgrad to its former glory. It will take all kinds to accomplish this. The sickness has robbed us of fruitful lands, so our servants have been reduced to eking out a savage, meager subsistence in this lightless domain. They have few interests beyond survival, and fewer interests still for continuing their own lines. It is not your right to question us. We are the law of this land, and we will be obeyed. Their crimes are minor, as is their punishment. They will have their freedom soon, unless they continue to defy us.
Soon this misery will finally be at an end. I thought this day would never come. I thought I would go mad. Too long. There is little to occupy the time. The monotony. If not for Father's elixirs to quiet the mind, I think we would be no better than Arillas and his stock. Worse, no doubt. Will I even recognize the world above? I hope not. I have spent I don't know how long in absolute stagnation. I would welcome a walk through oblivion over this banal familiarity. Don't tell me what's to come. I want to see it for myself.
How healthy you look. I barely remember the feeling of anything, really, aside from the slight ebb and flow of sluggish blood in and out of brittle veins. It was the only way. The choice was this long internment or a brief, horrid end. Our hope was to linger until we could be free of the disease. It was not a false one, thanks to that dear boy. No, it was never meant to be this long. To see hope within our reach and have it denied, we couldn't endure it. He will be well cared for. He will not be reduced to the suffering we have. You have my word.
Gods, that was... I could feel my skin tightening as the stone drew the moisture out of me like a wineskin. I don't suppose you have water. My tongue is a whetstone. Right. I suppose I can keep up. I'll just lick the damp off the walls if I get woozy.
Saviors, I failed you. You've stolen our future, but I swear I'll rob them of theirs in kind.
Don't let him kill us!
I can hardly believe it. You found Henrig and Mindaril, but where are the others? No, you've done more than anyone ever has for us. If anyone's to blame, it's us. We survive out here by sticking together, but we let fear keep us from doing what needed to be done. Was it quick? I can see. Tortured. Why? Just for the fun of it? Gods, I'll heed curses more closely in the future. The locals were right to avoid this place.
If it weren't for you, I'd have wound up a husk like those monsters, withering in that pit for who knows how long. I owe you my life. Even now, I still feel for them. What a miserable fate. I wish it could have been different. That Korgrad might have been redeemed. I used up most of my means traveling here, but take this with my gratitude. I'll stay with these people a while longer, if they'll have me. Best to stick together, and perhaps my standing will shield them from the intolerance my kind have for Nebarah. I don't know. Too often my kin seem content to forget ugliness exists in our society. If nothing else, someone will want to know about cave people harboring the Thracian plague. I hope someone aside from Sirabane knows what to make of that. My eyes still feel like they're covered in grit, but I think I'll be back to normal with a drink and a good night's sleep. The latter might be hard to come by until we are far from this place. My name may be all the means I can lend them. I doubt my parents will offer any support. Who knows if I'll even be welcome home when I return. I might be as much a vagabond as they when all is said and done. I'll do what I can, though.
Just thinking about what sits below us makes my skin crawl. We can't leave fast enough.
What I wouldn't give for some mead right now. Once we have our strength, we'll be leaving this damned place behind us. Promise you that.
I'd almost forgotten what kindness looks like. Thank you.
Hail, mighty warrior! Hail, weary traveler! Seek ye the torchlit halls of Sovngarde? You will not find them here, alas! Naught but puny elves and snow-backed wizards dwell in this place. I am bound for the Whalebone Bridge, and soon's mighty challenge. Join me! Confused? Bah! You sound like that scrawny mage Erudil. My course is plain. I must make my way to the dwelling place of my honored ancestors, to bathe my beard in mead and sing the shield-pain song of battle. Make way, or taste sky-forged steel. You would have words with that thin-legged sorcerer? Fine! You will find him in the courtyard of the gaudy elf hall up the hill. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an adventure to return to.
What is that approaching? Some strange sea beast. Prepare to be boarded, mates.
What are you doing? Stop this nonsense right now. Unbelievable. Eye of Magnus, another one. That's a very convincing costume. What are you supposed to be? Some gallant hero? Trinimac in disguise? Wait, you're not one of my classmates. You really are a hero, aren't you? Thank Auriel. I need your help. I may have unleashed a powerful enchantment on the Academy. Quite by accident, mind you. There's this book, you see, The Illuminous. I stole just the briefest of peeks. Barely even a peek, honestly. More like a fleeting glimpse. It drove my classmates mad. They were all quite sane before, but now they seem possessed by characters from novels and storybooks. They're snorting like pigs, running from cats. It's lunacy. I have some ideas on how to fix this, but I need help. When I opened the book, The Illuminous, there was a great flash of light and a low growl. Or maybe a yawn. Like some great beast just woke from a deep sleep. Originally, it was full of dense text. Now, just see for yourself. I set it down over there. You see? It's empty. It's as if the words just scampered off the page. I thought maybe the enchantment rendered the words invisible, so I tried to recover them. I used gazing lenses, Welkind revelation stones, even a bit of lemon juice. Nothing. I'm not sure. I certainly hope not. The words could be dancing around in oblivion for all I know. We should focus on the enchantment itself. If we manage to loosen its grip on some of my friends, they might be able to provide some clues.
Erudiel? Oh, what are you still doing here?
Glardir, where in Tamriel have you been?
I told you before, Glardier's gone. Look, you're so plain, Erudiel. So boring.
Well, there's no need for that. I know she doesn't seem the part, but Glardir's my best friend. She was with me when I opened the Illuminus, and now she's... well, frankly, I don't know what she is. Executing this plan is going to be harder than I thought. Right. Sorry. As far as I can tell, everyone thinks they're a character from some book or another. If we can figure out what persona they've taken on, we can trick them into doing something out of character. Maybe. It's a start. You can't expect me to know everything. It's only my 14th year, for Mara's sake. I'll start with Glardir, though I must admit, I have no idea what character she's channeling. You should find some of the others. I think I saw Pavo over by the east wall. He was scrounging around on the ground. Tanelwyn was in the lecture garden. Looked like she was interrogating someone. And I heard Selinia yelling from up on the wall. Make sure she doesn't slip. Would you believe idle curiosity? No? Fine. I borrowed it from the librarian, Camley Hall, to impress Glardir. The, Library of Shrieking Terror. Borrowed? I was going to put it back. Honestly, I don't even know why we have a Library of Shrieking Terror. This is a school, for Ariel's sake. I just wanted to impress Glardir. I thought that if I showed her the book, she'd think more of me. Where do you think? Fumbling around like the rest of my classmates. I ran straight to the headmaster when I realized what had happened. But when I got there, I found him standing on his desk, swinging a broom around like an orcish cleaver. I've been asking myself the same thing. Truthfully, I'm totally unremarkable. Everyone says so. I can't imagine that I have some special quality that rendered me immune. I suppose it's possible. My mother always said I was special. I've always been very good with jigsaw puzzles, paper folding too. Do you think that could have something to do with it? Remarkable! Everyone always says I'm so dull, but you see, I've got hidden depths. Yes, of course. Goodness, we've barely even had a chance to speak about it. This is the Illumination Academy, a home for verse, prose, and near-forgotten songs. Our libraries contain all the tales of Somerset. We're caretakers, you might say. Don't be crude. We don't just organize the tales. We study and transcribe them, breathing new life into old stories, songs, plays, novels. We cherish them all. Of course, my classmates are cherishing them a little too much right now. I focus on lesser-known works, plays mostly. The works of Toldinderil, for instance. They're pretty dense, lots of hidden narrative, rich subtext, you know. People tend to avoid Toldinderil's work. They think it's... I was going to say dry, but yes, boring. They don't know what they're missing. Tales of adventure and follies are fine, but if you really want to get to the heart of the Altmer condition, you won't find better than Toldinderel. Where do you think? Fumbling around. I've been asking myself. I suppose it's...
Who are you? One of Erudiel's boring friends? He's insufferable, that one. Not a scrap of drama to be found in that hollow bonce of his. An artist, a composer, a thespian par excellence. And who are you? Another boring, unimaginative, talentless brute, no doubt. You and Erudiel make quite the pair. Oh, a thrilling accusation. Drama, intrigue. Perhaps I underestimated you. You know what? I take it all back. You should stay. Every great play needs an audience. This place could use some excitement.
Please, won't you help a poor soul like me? Please, my lady, spare a coin for a wretched beggar. Oh, but I am wretched. Don't you see my filthy fingernails? My oozing sores? I am a victim, it's true, but not of an enchantment. No, I suffer a terrible curse. Do not ask me my name. I have none. All I have is a tale of pride and sorrow. I haven't the heart to speak it aloud. Some cruel scribe committed my woes to paper, but I can't bear to read them. This is no mere fable. It is my life. Read it, if you must. Just please, spare me the pain of hearing it. Have you come for another look at nameless sorrow? Look, then. Weedle. A name that breaks even the hardest hearts. Most people don't notice us lowly beggars, let alone learn our names. I thank you for that. But names cannot fill an empty belly. Please, mercy, spare a coin. What? No, you can't do that. No mortal can see my wretched state and not be moved to pity. Unless you aren't mortal. It's you, isn't it? Blessed Namira. You've come back to free me from my torment. Oh, great Namira, sweet prince of decay. I thought I'd never see you again. Please, free me from your gifts. I can't bear them any longer. Oh, thank you. My gratitude is beyond measure. Undo what has been done, I beg you. Yes, I feel not much different, actually. What is going on? That was it? I don't feel cured at all. I feel the same. I'm confused. No, you must be wrong. Look! I'm covered in rags and sores. Just look at me. Look! Oh. Wait, what am I doing? Who are you? Erudiel. Yes, I remember. My frumpy, boring friend. I should find him. Maybe I can help.
There you are. I have wonderful news. Maybe. The book, it changed. I was examining the book again, trying to see if there was anything I missed. Then, lines of text started appearing on the page right before my eyes. I know. He just returned. How did you manage it? Well, that's oddly specific, but I'm glad my plan worked. It can't be a coincidence. That must be what affected the Illuminus. Just take a look. Whatever's taken hold of Gladir is clearly not pleased. I hate to cause her more distress, but I think we should keep freeing my friends. You saved Pavo! Well done! You should find the others. Perhaps you could help Tanelwyn next. She was interrogating 2 of my fellow students in the lecture garden.
One of you is the thief. I'll crack this case yet. Careful there, friend. There's a thief about. One of these 2 scamps is the criminal mastermind behind a half-baked plot to steal a pie. My pie, in fact. Cut down in its crispy, gooey prime while my back was turned. Oh, goodness, no! Surely you recognize the most clever and curvaceous investigator in Tamriel. Clearly you need to read up on my escapades. Some clever writers committed a few to paper. Should be a copy around here somewhere. So, finished reading about my heroic exploits? Impressive, yes? Yes, Investigator Vale at your service. Have a puzzling crime to report? Well, I'll sort out your issue soon enough. First, I need to expose the sticky-fingered pie pilferer. It's clearly one of these two. What? Of course I am, silly. I know this seems like an unsolvable crime to the average citizen, but it's really all quite clear to me. Simply put, I'm never wrong. Proof? Why, of course I have proof. I just want these two to wriggle on the hook a bit longer. I'll reveal the identity of the thief soon enough.
Avast! Why do you pester me like this nosy wench? I've no use for lubber pies. That slippery Breton must have taken it. Believe me, I know a thief when I see one, and that little twerp is guilty as they come. Must be mighty quick, though. I barely took me eyes off the rascal, and these eyes are as sharp as fish hooks, see? No, not possible. Investigator Vale said one of us is guilty, and it weren't me. She's clever as a one-eyed shark, that one. Vale's never wrong. Never! I saw a flash of brown fur out of the corner of me eye, quick as a dolphin in the wake. It was heading towards the hedgerow, I think. You don't think the Breton's a werewolf, do you?
You lay yet more burdens on an already burdened brow? I stole no pies. Now off with you before I cast you into the dungeon. Pie? I can't trouble myself with such trifling matters. I have a kingdom to look after, and a churlish child to wrangle. I stole no pies. It was clearly the pirate over there. I have no idea how. I never saw the scoundrel leave. What? You want me to believe that Investigator Vale got this wrong? Ha! Preposterous! The pirate's to blame. Just look at all these crumbs. Only a sloppy mariner would make such a mess. Yes? Look, they're everywhere. Leading off into the bushes, it seems. Why that scallywag stole off into the bushes, I don't know. But you can't expect a weary sovereign to understand the mind of a criminal.
Ah, you've arrived just in time to see me expose the pastry thief. It's quite clear that the guilty party is none other than that pirate there. The picaroon's testimony, while colourful, included the flavour of the pie, a fact that only someone who tasted it would know. Another puzzling case closed. Impressed? A dog? Of course. The fur, the crumbs. How could I have missed it? It was so obvious. No, this isn't right. This isn't how the story goes. I am Investigator Vale. I am never wrong. Wait, I hear a name. Who is Tanelwen? I am so confused. Yes, I remember now. That damned book, The Illuminous. It's to blame, isn't it? I'll go check on Arudiel now. Auriel knows he'll need the help. Thank you, my friend. Being a sultry detective was uncomfortable. Let's see if Arudiel has found a solution yet.
Does that mean we aren't in trouble?
I don't know. But now I'm hungry.
Another successful rescue? Thank goodness. I suspected as much. Perfect. We're clearly onto something. When you rescue someone, new passages appear in the book. It's almost like you're writing a new story. Intriguing. and more than a little unsettling. Just have a look. Glardia's persona seems tied to the Illuminus in a more explicit way than the others, but I still haven't managed to identify her character. We're making progress, though, I think. Freeing my friends is clearly angering whatever force is driving this. If the Illuminus grows angry enough, maybe the force behind it will reveal itself. How's that for a plan? That wasn't rhetorical. Is this? This is an atrocious plan, isn't it? Have you found Selenia yet? Check the Academy walls. I thought I saw her up there. It's ironic. She normally hates heights. Get her down and perhaps we can make a bit more headway here.
Oh, come on! Jump! It's fun! I want to see if you bounce!
I am. I'll show you. Right. I'm not afraid. Hello. Come to join in my adventures? Or maybe you mean to scold me like the mean old workers. I hope not. I could use a new playmate. Torchbug's fun, but a little strange. He's my best friend. Just over there, see? He always has the funniest ideas, but sometimes he says things that crinkle my carapace. Still, he's always good for an adventure. Sitting in the mines is so boring. A game! A guessing game! Yes! Here are some hints. I have 8 spindly legs, cute little mandibles, and a thirst for adventure. Stumped? Ha! There's a book that might give you a clue. Must be around here somewhere. So, can you guess who I am? Yes, yes, you got it! I am the most fearless adventurer on 8 legs. Nothing scares me, nothing. Not a thing! Not even those big hairy spiders in the garden. Definitely not those. Scribs aren't afraid of spiders, not one bit.
Okay,
Oh,
I've got
not
this.
you again.
And go! Is that a spider? Ah! No, no! Get it away from me! Oh, disgusting creatures!
Wait, where are you? Oh, you ruined it! Hey, what are you doing ruining my show? That scrib was gonna make such a delicious splatting noise! Wait, the brave little scrib ran away? I'm confused.
What is going on? It was just a spider. This isn't right. I'm brave. I'm brave and fearless and... What happened to me? Where am I? Mara, help me. Were we up on the walls? A Rudil? It was that damned book, wasn't it? The Illuminus? I told him to leave that thing be. Just had to put on a show for Gladir, didn't he? Ugh. Can we continue this closer to the ground? I still feel dizzy. You mean he's still fiddling with it? Sen's price. We'd best get down there and make sure he doesn't do something foolish.
No! Stay back! Foul beast! No! This one is not for eating!
There you are. Gladir's gotten far less cheerful, and the book shifted again. I think things are coming to a head. Every time you bring someone back, Gladir's irritation grows. It started out simple enough, sneers and grumbles. But now, she's near to frothing. On top of that, there's another entry in the book. It's... well, just look at it.
You! Oh, I've had just about enough of you. My story was perfect, perfect, and now you've muddled it up. I won't have it, not anymore. I will never tell you, you guileless, flop-heeled buffoon. You don't deserve it. None of you do. Enough of this! You. Oh, I've had just about enough of you. Oh, such pride, such braggadocio. You would have made a splendid character in my story if not for your bull-headed meddling. My name is unimportant. The play's the thing. The story. You know it well by now. You've been reading it all along. Yes, and it would have been a far better tale without you in it. Any of you, in fact. You're boring, ordinary. I need finer muses. The library! Yes, there are splendid books in there. I'll use them to weave a true tale of terror. You don't deserve this book. It's mine.
Gladir, wait! She vanished. Oh, of all the luck. Where did she go? Well, that is... suboptimal. She must be talking about the stacks below the Hall of Illumination. If she means to stir up trouble, there are plenty of stories down there that will let her do just that. You must hurry. Don't let her escape.
Oh no, poor Gladir. You have to stop her before she does something dangerous.
What happened? Where did she go?
Attention! Class is now in session!
These seas may be treacherous, but fear not. Even the ocean winds quail at the sight of Captain Wereshark.
Oh, now what is all this mess? Oh my, a roguish adventurer, finally. Sorry about the mess. I usually keep things so neat. When things get dirty, oh, I get so flustered. Well, a shapely woman came prancing through. Tousled hair, firm buttocks, and oh, the bosoms. Anyway, the book sprung to life behind her. Toothsome beasts and sweaty, rugged fighters appeared in her wake. Ooh, is it getting hot in here? Oh, I've got plenty of ideas. Oh, wait. You mean to banish them? I'm such a silly thing. The creatures seem bound to their books. If you close a book and slide it back onto the shelf, that might work. Instinct. Raw, untamed instinct. If that fails, I suppose you could check the shelves. Maybe some outwardly prudish but secretly lustful archivist labeled them. Just be sure to put the books on the right shelf. These tomes seem very particular.
came a bellow and a blast of chill wind. The hero's fate was sealed. You just won't stop, will you? Help me. He goes to the city of pickpockets. No more! Get
Just like the rest. I finished this hero myself. I can't. It's wrong.
I'm free. Finally. Wait, where am I? Yes, I remember now. The creature. It's called the Illuminated One. It feeds on stories, on conflict and drama. The more exciting, the better. I fear all this fighting and chasing and anxiety has just made it stronger. It's grown powerful enough to manifest as a material being. That makes it more dangerous. But it also gives us an opportunity to fight it. If you hunt it down and beat it into submission, it will have no choice but to return to the Illuminus.
Face me, you talentless hack. Your story ends here.
I feel different. Wait, did I? I said some terribly improper things, didn't I? Oh, I am so sorry. Please believe me, I'm normally meek as a newborn turtle. It's just these romance novels, you see, Oh, you get the idea.
All my classmates and professors are finally coming to their senses. Whatever you did appears to have worked. Did you really defeat this creature? The Illuminated One? Thank the divines! You know, Gladir finally solved the mystery of why I was spared. The Illuminated One thought I was too boring. Imagine that. I guess it pays to be dull sometimes. And to have strong allies like you. Take care, Caraval.
Thank you for saving me, friend. I think I've had my fill of drama for a while. Time to curl up with a nice, boring cookbook.
I'm so glad everything is back to normal.
You did it!